Go ahead and start taking a scan of your body. Always noticing with no judgment and no expectations. And give yourself permission to soften where you're feeling tight. To make space where you need it. Make some room in your life now for your practice, for your movement, for your breath. We'll share our breath before we begin moving. So full breath in through the nose, filling up, expanding. Full breath out to let go and soften. Do it again. Take a deep breath, bringing your attention and awareness to your lungs filling and expanding. And then exhaling to let go. We're all going to meet in a comfortable seat, so make your way up into a seated position. And we'll start with the soles of our feet together. You can have your heels further away from you or closer in, whatever feels better on your hips this morning. And we'll start with some seated cat-cows. So as you inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, send your belly forward. And as you exhale, you'll round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, drop the crown of the head a little bit, draw the shoulder blades away from one another. And then find your pace here. Inhale to lift through the chest, exhale to round through the spine. So this should feel nice on your spine, hopefully. You can modify in any way you need to make it a comfortable movement. And then next time we will come back to a neutral spine and start to take circles with the torso. So take circles in one direction, and then we'll go in the other direction. Big rotations here. You can switch sides again if you want to. And then bring yourself back to a neutral spine, and we will take our pinwheel shape. So bring the left shin forward, right heel back by the right hip. Sit in this tall pinwheel shape. See if you can find both sits bones here. Reaching up on the inhalation, we're going to drop the right hand down, take the left arm up and over the head, side body stretch. And then as you come back through center, take the right hand to the left knee, center the left hand behind you, and gaze over your back shoulder. Exhale. Inhale, come through center, lift up, drop the right hand down, take the left hand over. Inhale, come back through center, exhale to twist, right hand across, left hand behind. Let's do that twice more. Inhale to come up, exhale to drop the right hand and reach the left hand over the head. Inhale to come through center, exhale to find your twist, looking over your left shoulder. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to reach. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Come back to your neutral spine, interlace your fingers over your head, flip your palms, get nice and tall. Take a little back bend here, lift your chin, lift your chest, and then back to a neutral spine. We will switch sides to switch that pinwheel shape of your legs. Sit up tall, find your sits bones, and we'll do it on the other side. So as you inhale, reach. As you exhale, drop the left hand, take the right arm up and over. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, left hand across, right hand behind you, gazing over the back shoulder. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, drop the left hand. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to twist, reach across. Let's do 2 more sets. Up on the inhalation, reaching on the exhalation. Up on the inhalation, twisting on the exhalation. One more time, reach and bend, reach and twist. This time come to your center, reach, interlacing the fingers, lifting the palms, straighten the elbows, lift the chin, lift the chest, little baby back bend, and then back through neutral. We'll make our way onto our hands and knees, find our table pose. Take some circles here, swirl the hips around. Feel free to bring a little extra support under your knees if that feels better for you. So you can bring a blanket under the knees or double up the mat. And we'll take a few cat-cows here, stack the joints and drop the belly down on the inhalation, round the spine on the exhalation, look behind you. Take a few more like this at your own pace, on your own, with your breath. And then we'll make our way into child's pose, toes together, knees apart, hips to heels. Bring your forehead to the mat, reach out long in front of you. And then make your way back up onto hands and knees. We're going to come into our first down dog. So if you want to measure it out, you can start in a plank pose, tailbone tipped down, shoulders over wrists, heels over toes. And then as you exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Let's keep going. Inhale, rolling forward, plank pose with control and slowly lengthening your breath. And then exhale, we'll find our downward facing dog. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. One more time, plank. Let's hold it here. Drop knees to the mat. Ardha Chaturanga. Drop the belly down, pulling the elbows into the side. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, forehead to mat. Do that one more time, little baby cobra. Exhale, forehead to mat. Let's come into our table pose and then make our way back to our downward facing dog. This time we'll send the right leg high, lead with the heel. Bring the right leg to touch the right elbow. Let's hover it here, hover it, hover it. Let's do that one more time. Send it back. And then as you bring it forward, use your strength, use your breath, believe. Touch the elbow or the knee to the elbow and hold it. Send it back one more time. This time we'll step it through and we'll find warrior one, rising up. Reach arms high to the sky. Settle in for a moment. Drop your shoulders down. Press your feet into the earth. Make this an active pose. Breath in to reach for the sky. Breath out to dive down. Frame your front foot. We're going to step back for Chaturanga Dandasana. You can leave the right foot hovering or you can hook it and then find your flow. You can skip the flow, of course. Exhaling, hips to sky. Let's do that same thing on the other side. Left foot's going to float. Left knee, left elbow, slow and with control. Do that again. Send it back. Bring it forward. Send it back one more time. And then we'll step it through. Warrior one, press the back foot down and rise. Sink in, press in. So the feet are in two lanes of traffic. You're feeling stable and supported here. Next time you exhale, take the hands down, plant the hands and find your flow, or simply step it back and come straight to down dog, your choice. 2 breaths in down dog. Let's start to walk the feet to hands. We'll come into a forward fold. Ragdoll here, opposite elbows, rest in opposite hands. Drop the crown of the head. You can sway. You can bend your knees. Anytime we come into this Uttanasana pose, you can take a different arm variation if you'd like to. You can grab toes or take the hands behind the calves or take the shoulder stretch, anything that feels nice. The important thing is that we're folding and reaching the head down below the heart. And then we're going to start to walk the feet right under the hips. And next time you inhale, we're going to come to Utkatasana, fierce pose, chair pose. Send your hips down and back. Settle the weight into your heels. Lift your toes. And make sure your shoulders are comfortable. You don't want to feel any pinching in your shoulders. So building this from the ground up, your feet are your roots. Lift up, breathe in. Settle down a little more on the exhalation. Twice more, keep your legs where they are, but expand your lungs as you breathe in. Settle the hips down a little more on the exhalation. One more time. Next time you exhale, straighten the knees, forward fold, drop your head. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Meet me in downward facing dog. You can take your flow, or you can step back and find your down dog from there. 2 breaths here. Let's send the right foot high to the sky. Inhale. This time we'll step through low lunge. Come onto the ball of the back foot. You can bring blocks under your hands here. Wiggle back and forth on the back toe. Lengthen through the spine. Next time you exhale, straighten the front knee, send your hips high to the sky. High runner's lunge. Inhale, we're going to come to low runner's lunge, long spine. Exhale, high runner's lunge. Let's do that once more. Lower it down. And then we're going to find our high runner's lunge and hold it. Bring both hands to the inside of the front foot. Start to walk your toe out. Walk your right foot out to the right edge of the mat. And then bend back into the right knee so you're in lizard. You can stay on your palms here. You can drop down onto your forearms. We're going to stay for 3 or 4 breaths. And then if you have dropped down onto your forearms, come back onto your palms. Turn your heel in towards your hand, your toes out. So your toes are hanging off the mat. You're going to look to the top of the mat. We're going to step forward into Garland pose, Malasana. So take a big step forward and find your squat. Tailbone down, palms together. Feel free to bring props under the hips if that feels good, or even sit down onto your hips if that feels good. Shoulder blades come together. Crown of the head rises. Connect with your breath, maybe even close your eyes. This time we're going to drop our hands down to the mat. We're going to come back into a forward fold. So leave your feet where they are, lift your hips, drop your head, forward fold. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Maybe you can bring your fists up and over the head a bit. Maybe your fist stays down on your low back. Thinking about rotating through the shoulders and expanding through the collarbone. Drop your hands down. We're going to start to toe heel the feet back together. Bring the feet right under the hips. Next time you inhale, come back into your chair pose. Lower it down. Settle in. Find the ease in this pose. There's a lot of strength here, yes, but see if you can also find the softness. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, sink deeper into your chair. Let's do that twice more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sink. One more time, lengthen. And then this time, straighten the knees, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold here. This time we're gonna step just the right foot back. We're gonna come into our low lunge. Walk the left foot forward so the left knee is right over the left ankle. And then wiggle back and forth on your right toes a little bit. Find stillness, find length in the spine. Deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, straighten the front knee, high lunge. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, high lunge. Twice more. One more time. High lunge, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then plant your right palm. Take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Start to toe heel the left foot out a little bit and sink into the left knee, lizard. Option to come onto your forearms. Look to the top of the mat. You're going to bring the heel, left heel on the mat, left toe off the mat. We're going to come into our squat again. So bend into the back knee. You're going to launch off the back toe. Step it forward, find your squat. Drop the tail down. Lift the crown of the head. Option to twist here if you want to, leaving the tailbone down towards the heels. Drop the right hand down, take the left arm up, big breath in. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Inhale, open your wings, left hand down, right arm up. Exhale, bring the hands back together. Let's do that once more on each side. Inhale to rotate open. Exhale, palms together. One more time, open. Palms together. Hold it here. And then drop your hands down to the mat, lift your tailbone high, forward fold, forward fold. Go ahead and walk your feet right under your hips again, coming into your forward fold. Lengthen halfway, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold here. Meet me in down dog. You can take a flow if you want to take a flow, or you can come directly into downward facing dog. From down dog, let's take the right leg up high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. We're going to take the back foot to warrior two foot pattern and then press into the feet, find your warrior two. Take a moment to settle, find the strength in your legs, and then rotate your torso so it's facing me. Arms spark out in both directions, gazing over your front fingertips. Settle in. See if you can find some stillness here. Drop the right forearm down to the right leg, and we're going to come to extended side angle. So take the back arm up and over the head. We're going to take some rainbow stretches with the top arm. So inhale, reach for the wall, and then exhale, reach back towards your hip, your left hip. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, reach up and over with strength, with control. Exhale, reach back. One more time, reach up and over. Reach back. This time, bring it up and over and hold it. If you want to take the bind, the left hand can come behind your back. And you can take your right hand and slide it under your right thigh. You can also use a strap here, which is really helpful because you want to open up your chest. You don't want to be collapsed down. You want to open up as much as you can. So 3 breaths here in your half bind or full bind or no bind. Release the bind, release the strap, come back to warrior two. And then finally straighten that knee. Yes. Step the back foot in a little bit. We're going to find triangle. So reach the right fingertips forward, pull the left hip over the right, and then find your triangle pose, opening your heart. Your gaze can go to your top fingertips if that feels okay on your neck, or you can look straight ahead. Pull yourself back up to a neutral spine. Let's find warrior two again. This time we're going to come to peaceful warrior. Reach up and back, find your peaceful warrior. And then take your hands around to frame your foot. We're coming to low lunge, holding our low lunge. And then step the right foot back to meet the left foot for plank. Right hand under your nose, side plank, heels to the right, feel the left arm up and find your side plank or side plank variation. Feel free to drop the bottom knee or find your star pose or find your tree pose. Hips lifted high. Balance, breath, strength, everything. Coming to child's when you're ready. So if you want a couple more breaths in your side plank, you can take it. And we will all meet in child's pose when you're ready. So bring the hips down to the heels. Forehead to the mat, arms out in front of you. Meeting back in your downward facing dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips high. This time your left leg's going to rise on the inhalation. Big full exhalation as you step through low lunge, come onto the ball of the back foot, and then rotate the right foot to 90 degrees. Press into both feet, warrior two. Gaze over the front fingertips. Take a moment to settle in, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Press into both feet equally. That will help to save your front quad as we hold this. And then the left arm's going to drop down to the left leg. Take the right arm up and over the head. Extended side angle. Exhale, reach back towards your right hip. Inhale, arm comes up and over the head. Exhale, reach it back. Let's do that twice. More inhale to reach. Exhale, reach back. This time, let's hold it up and over, extended side angle. Option here to take the right hand behind the back for the half bind. Left hand can come under. Again, you can find that bind or use a strap or stay in a half bind. 3 breaths here. Unbind, start to pull yourself back up to warrior two, and then straighten the front knee. Let's find Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Reach forward, tilt and reach, open the collarbone. Come back up, pull yourself back up, find your warrior two again, bending into the front knee. And then flip your front palm, come to peaceful warrior, find some openness through the front of your body. Bring the arms around, frame your front foot, come onto the back of the back toe, onto the ball of the back foot, and step back to plank, Vashisthasana, side plank, left hand under the nose, tip the heels to the left, and set yourself up for your side plank. Find your variation here. Keep the breath flowing. If it helps to make the audible Ujjayi breath, breath of victory, in and out through the nose, constricting the back of your throat, sometimes that helps with focus and also building heat. So you're welcome to practice that if you'd like. We'll meet in child's pose when you're ready. And then we're going to come back to downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. This time, let's send the right foot up. Inhale. We're going to take the right knee and try to touch the nose as you round your spine, coming into cheetah pose. Hold it, lift the knee, and then let's do it again. Inhale, send it back like you're in slow motion. Exhale, slow motion, bring it forward, knee to nose, round the spine, hold it, round through the shoulder blades. Let's do that one more time. Send it up, knee forward, hold it, send it back one more time. And then we're going to step it through, coming into our low lunge again. Front knee over front ankle. You're on the ball of the back foot. So just like we did before, we're going to take the back foot to 90 degrees, press into the feet, and find our warrior two. Flip the front palm, come to peaceful warrior, find your side body stretch. Warrior two. Twice more, keep your feet right where they are, just moving the top of your body, peaceful warrior. Warrior two. One more time, reach up and back. Warrior two. This time we'll straighten the front knee. We're going to step the back foot in a little bit. We're going to look for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So one way you can do that, palm towards knee. Start to bend a little bit into your standing knee and see if you can take that half moon forward without touching the ground. Or you can take a block under your hand. Bring your fingertips to the block and rotate open. So play around with this a little bit. Top hand can come up. If you're feeling steady, keep the back foot active. You also have the option for the candy cane option. It's a bind, reaching back for the left foot with the left hand. If you have that bind and you'd like to try poet's pose, see if I can do it today. Right hand will come to your heart. And then wherever you are, we're going to release binds, come back to our half moon, and step the foot back. Find your warrior two with control. Great. Everybody was holding their breath probably. So straighten the front knee, palms together. Inhale. Exhale, find your warrior two. Let's do that twice more. Breath in, reach up and over. Exhale, warrior two. We'll do that one more time, up and over. Warrior two. Now straighten the front knee, bring the palms together. We're going to come to flying warrior, heels in, toes out, palms together over your head, lift up, and as you exhale, find goddess pose. Keep the arms active, fingers sparked wide. Keep your legs right where they are. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, touch your elbows and forearms together. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, bring forearms to touch. Let's do that a few more times. Open like you're swimming through molasses. Forearms to touch. One more time. Forearms to touch, exhale. Come back to open arms. Straighten your knees, five-pointed star. And we'll find warrior two over the left fingertips this time. Gaze over the left fingertips. Settle in. Flip your front palm, peaceful warrior. Leave your legs right where they are. Exhale, warrior two. Twice more, reverse. Warrior two. One more time, reverse. Warrior two. Straighten the front knee. Let's step the right foot in a little bit as we start to work towards our half moon. I have a couch, so it's going to be easier for me on this side. Start to bend into the front knee a little bit. Start to reach forward. I'll try to do it without the couch. Find your Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. And then if there's a bind you'd like to take, you can take the bind. If you fall out of it, fall out of it. It's fine. Come back in. Maybe finding your poet's pose. And then we will gracefully release binds and meet in warrior two. Whoa, there, warrior two, great. Look over the front fingertips, settle in. Inhale, palms together, straighten the front knee. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times. Once more. Straighten the front knee, palms together, heels in, toes out, flying warrior. Exhale, goddess. Let's move with this. Inhale, reach out, five-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Couple more times. Find your goddess. One more time. Find your goddess. Now come back through center, five-pointed star. We're going to stay here. Toe heel to feet in. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Practice your crow here. So you can bring your knees up high, and you can leave your toes down, or you can work towards lifting your toes. Find your Bakasana pose, your version of this. Make sure you're breathing while you're balancing. And when you're finished playing with your crow, take a few more breaths if you'd like it. We'll meet in child's pose. So when you're ready, coming back to child. Make our way back to downward facing dog, hips high. This time walk hands to the back of the mat. Walk, 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 and you'll be in your Uttanasana at the back of your mat. We're going to take toe hold here. So forefinger, middle finger, and thumb to the big toe. You can bend your knees a whole lot if you needed to make that connection. And then maybe send your elbows out in opposite directions. Release your hands, soft bend in the knees, inhale, come all the way up. Bring your palms together. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Tadasana, mountain pose, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Shift your weight back and forth a little bit so that you find balance, stillness, and breath. Start to spread your right toes wide. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. And take this into tree pose. So you can have your left foot down low on your ankle or below your knee or above your knee. If you have half lotus in your practice and you'd like to take the knife edge of your left foot to the right hip crease, you can do that. The sole of your foot will turn out and your left knee will face the mat. Focus on an unmoving point, Dristy. And if you're wobbling, embrace it. If you want to take an arm variation, you're welcome to do that. You can have branches here. And then bring your hands back to your heart. Take your left knee back into your chest, find the stork pose. And then very slowly set your left foot down next to your right foot. Take your time. We're coming back to Tadasana. So when the left foot hits the mat, maybe sway back and forth a little bit until you find your balance. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. We'll try it on the other side. So start to shift the weight into the left foot. Right knee starts to lift up. And then decide what you'd like to do with the right foot. Maybe you'd like to try half lotus on this side. And if it's not in your practice, just coming back to your tree pose. Our variation of branches, if you like it. Gathering your hands back together at your sternum. Bring the right knee into the chest, lift it up high, and then slowly in slow motion, setting the right foot down next to the left foot. Tadasana, shift the weight. Next time you inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, we'll forward fold, let it go. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold here. Let's walk our hands to the top of the mat. We're coming back into plank pose. So find your nice strong plank. We are going to do forearm plank here. So coming onto forearms, elbows under the shoulders, spread your fingers wide. You can drop your knees here if you want to. That's supported forearm plank. Same thing, just a little bit more support, which is sometimes necessary. And then if you want to bring this into dolphin, go ahead, start walking your feet in towards your face. You can play with hopping up a little bit if you want to, or lifting one leg and then the other leg, or shifting the weight back and forth into the forearms, maybe even stillness. And then when you've had your time in dolphin, child's pose, this time sliding your hands back towards your heels as you drop your forehead to the mat. Hands out in front of you, tuck your toes, down dog. This time right leg's gonna come up, lifted high. With control, we're coming into pigeon pose. Forgot the name of it, pigeon pose. We're gonna take the shin behind our wrists, extend the back leg long. Please take your figure 4 on your back or any other variation you like of this pose. Coming down onto your forearms maybe or forehead, listen to your body. If this feels sharp or painful or pinchy, change something so that you're feeling a challenge but not pain. Settle in and feel the back body rise on your inhalation. And let everything empty like a balloon on your exhalation. Make our way back up onto our palms. And we'll find our way back to down dog. So you can tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and step it back. Downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out. If you want to take a flow in between sides, go right ahead. And then settling into down dog, this time we'll send the left leg up high and slide your shin forward, pigeon pose. No hurry to get into this. Take your time finding a prop for under your hip if that's necessary for you, or flipping over onto your back if that feels better. And then square your hips, square your shoulders, and come on down as you're ready. Come on up, palms on the mat. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. One more down dog. Let's take one more down dog, pedal it out. Take your flow, one last flow if you want it. Or you can come into plank, hold your plank for a couple of breaths, challenge yourself in a different way. And then finding stillness in your last down dog, we'll come into table pose. From table pose, bring your joints to stack. So your shoulders over the wrists, the knees under the hips. We'll take the left arm up high, and as you exhale, thread the needle, drop the left shoulder down and come onto your left temple, and then walk your knees back so your knees are under your hips. Right hand can come around your back, looking for your left hip crease. You can also balance here, taking your right toes back, straightening your right knee. And then you can do a down dog split here, leading with your right heel, looking for balance here. You can also reach the right fingertips high to the sky. Start to unwind. Plant the right palm, drop the right knee down, and send the left arm up high to the sky. Open the heart. Bring the hand down, shake it out. We'll do it on the other side. Stay where you are. I'm going to switch. Right arm floats up. Send it under. Thread the needle. Left hand can come up and behind you, or it can float. The left foot can step back. You can also float the left foot up. Start to unwind, plant the left palm, drop the left knee, unwind, send the right arm up high, drop it down, and we'll make our way into a comfortable seat, Sukhasana, easy seat, legs crossed. Once you find your Sukhasana, take your shoulders up and back and down away from your ears a few times, go in both directions. And then release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, palms together, lift the heart, lift the chest, lift the chin. Open, send the fist down and away, make space here. And then back to neutral, drop the chin to the chest, interlace your fingers behind your head, let your elbows drop down towards your lap. Back to neutral. We're going to find one last side body stretch. So we're going to come to extended left leg. Right foot can be to the inside of the right thigh, or you can bring the right heel to the right hip for a wider stance. Drop the left hand down and then pull the right elbow back towards you like you're trying to push your elbow into the wall behind you, and then reach for the toes. Revolved head to knee pose, finding length through the right side body. Pull yourself back up to neutral. And then we'll switch sides. It's the same thing. You can do this tree pose situation with your legs, or you can swing the heel back. Take a wide stance with the legs, right arm to the inside of the right leg, pulling the left elbow back, and then reaching left fingertips towards the right toes. And then pulling yourself one more time back to a neutral spine. Send the legs out in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Lean back onto your hands and come onto one hip and then the other hip. And then before we come down onto our backs, we'll take a butterfly pose to release the low back. So soles of the feet together, heels press out, so you have a diamond shape with the legs. And then a round spine, a C curve. Tuck the chin, drop the head. Maybe the head reaches down to your heels. Maybe you'd like to bring a block and release the head onto the block, or just let your head hang heavy. Try to relax through the low back in particular, giving it a little relief. Roll yourself back to neutral. Bring the knees in, and we're going to make our way onto our backs. So come onto your back however you'd like to get there. And then once you arrive on your back, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug, and come out to T-arms or cactus arms. We'll dip both knees over to the right. We're finding a supine twist here, which is just a twist on your back with your chest facing the sky. You can also bring a block between your knees or a pillow or a blanket or under your knees if you want a little more support. If you'd like to intensify, you can take the right hand, press it down on the left leg a little bit, and then your nose will face the sky, encouraging both shoulders and both shoulder blades to kiss the mat. Other side, back through center on the inhalation, knees drop to the left, and then set yourself up. If you'd like a little extra support on this side, take a little extra support on this side. And find your rotation. One last time, roll onto your back, pull your knees in, rock side to side, and then if you like happy baby, you can take happy baby, or any last poses or adjustments you like in your body before you're going to take your final resting shape. Shavasana, corpse pose. You can take traditional corpse pose or another shape that you'd like to rest. And we're going to take a moment to get settled in here when you're ready for our final resting pose. This pose is more important than ever in our lives. So I encourage you to come down onto your back or onto your side and give yourself full permission for just a few moments of rest. I will talk you back in just a few moments. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to encourage a little bit of movement in your body. Draw your knees in towards you. And make your way over onto your right side when you're ready. Take a moment here to rest and absorb the benefits of your practice. And then coming to a seated position, draw your hands together at your heart in this position of gratitude for our practice. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to your mat. Namaste.